Okay, Christmas Eve. It's no big deal, just try and keep calm, Jack, try and keep calm. I don't know why, but I find it quite surprising that some people's festive schedules carry such flexibility, even on Christmas Day, which is probably because for the last, God knows, since I was born pretty much, mine has been very rigid, really. The festive celebrations in my house start on Christmas Eve, where we have a big family party full of family and old friends who come over, have a delicious spread provided by my mum, and it's just a really good time to catch up, to mingle. It's just lovely. It's also a nice way of easing into the guilt of eating too much over the Christmas period. Just like, well, I ate loads yesterday as well, so I might as well continue that on Christmas Day, you know. At least I'm ready for it. Another big part of Christmas Eve is that me, my mum and a few other family friends all go to our local church St Swithin's for the crib service. It's fair to say the crib service is one of the biggest gigs of the year for my local church. Like, seriously, it's always packed out, and the vicar always stresses it in her speech. Christianity is for life, not just for Christmas. And he can't help but laugh at that because it was a good pun, but also just because of how important it is for them for attracting new members of the church, really. I've been going to the service for as long as I can remember, and I've even seen shepherds and kings change over time, seen page boys progress to kings. It's amazing that I can actually remember the faces, but things like important revision notes and coursework, stuff like that I need to remember, yeah, it's an absolute nightmare, that is. Overall, the Nativity is just the ultimate feel-good story to enjoy over Christmas, in my opinion. I mean, yes, it's the same story every year and the same old carols, but it just gets more enjoyable each time. The truth is, though, I have been pondering this year's crib service more than usual because this is the year that I finally swayed from the middle ground of being agnostic to being an atheist. Don't worry, I'm not going to get too overly religious, and I'm not going to criticise anyone who is religious because I have a lot of admiration for them, actually. But if you're wondering why I became an atheist this year, because I've been doing a lot of thinking about it, and I just thought, you know, if you say that there's a God that made the universe, surely you can then argue that someone created God, you know, and at some point it does have to stop. So why can't it stop with the Big Bang? Why can't it start there? The problem is, I still enjoy going to the Nativity each year. It's a real part of the whole Christmas experience for me, and it's a big part of the framework for what makes Christmas Day and Christmas Eve, isn't it, when you think about it? But it is a weird contextual image to see me in a church singing the carols, praising God on high, when actually I don't believe any of it. I suppose the big difference is that I do believe in Jesus. I mean, virtually all scholars on the subject say that he was a real person. I reckon he was one of those Gandhi-like figures that had a lot of forward-thinking ideas about giving to the poor, very liberal in his approach, and that really appealed to people. Although that is quite funny when you think about it though. It's like, this person is so nice and giving to everyone. Why? What? How can it be? Oh, I know, it must be because he's the Son of God. That's just my spin on it anyway. The thing is though, you cannot deny that Christmas Day was partly born out of celebrating the birth of Christ. And in my opinion, there's few things more joyful than celebrating the birth of a child. And I'm pretty certain I'm not the only one who goes to church who has dubious thoughts about Christianity. I mean, when they do the Lord's Prayer, it's like half the room stays silent, and that'll be me this year as well. I mean, it sounds quite bad, but I just love the story too much to give it up. So yeah, I will be attending this year, and after that I'll go back to my family party, and then go out to town. I'll make Christmas Eve what it means to me. Everyone should be allowed to celebrate Christmas in their own individual way, no matter how wacky it may seem to others. On the first day of Christmas, Zeppelin gave to me a video because I subscribed.